Bennington is back, and that is the hilarious Bridget Everett. A little longer than I thought it was going to be, and I started talking. We're working the kinks out. Mine is Chris Stanley. Working them out.
That's why I want everybody to move around and not do the same gig every day so they can replace each other. And no one will ever do it.
I know.
Earl runs that fucking room. But in here, you're lost.
Yeah, I'm a little still. They moved a couple of things around with the labeling, and I'm still a little bit off. That's
why
me.
don't you guys move around during the week? I mean, I get it if you don't do something for months, but everybody's here. Everybody should be able to do different things.
Yeah, that's my fault. Totally my fault.
I want to move over there. I've said that a million times. I want to learn that board so bad.
Why didn't then do it?
I'm going to.
Fucking Earl is the guy to teach you.
I know.
I'm only kidding. I just didn't turn it off. Vito, why didn't you?
Because I can't trust Earl to do phones by himself and to greet the guests, so I thought it would be better for me to be able to do phone calls and to go outside and bring the guest in.
So, Earl, he's basically saying you're letting down two jobs. You're struggling with talking, and that's
I'm not struggling with talking. I'm just trying. I'm trying not to get.
No, can I just tell you are struggling with talking?
I'm trying not to get upset because the only way to do it is to do it.
Earl,
you know what I mean?
Earl, you're at the phones every day, and you don't like you struggle with the phones, man. Don't act like I haven't given you the chance to do the phones.
Can you both at least admit that Chris is the glue that keeps you both together?
As much as you both hate Chris, what are you going to do without him?
Look it.
And he hates you.
It's totally mutual.
I wonder if Bridget Everett was invited to that J-Law wedding over the weekend.
I'm sure she was, because she's in that crew. Do they have a name? I feel like they should have a name, but it's her, Rachel Feinstein, Amy Schumer. They all like go out and do fun things.
Right, but are they all in with J-Law, or is just Amy?
I feel like if you do a girls trip scenario, which I know that they have, there's no way that they're not friends.
But I don't know if they've been in with J-Law, because I remember when J-Law and Amy were dancing on the piano at the Billy Joel show. That was different. And I know, and I'm going to say something. I think the vacations slowed down once Amy got pregnant.
Oh, they definitely did.
And all became about her husband and her baby. And forget all the fun stuff the girls used to do.
Used to be fun.
Yeah, like Chris Stanley, you would have expected him to take Earl and Vito on his personal
you
day.
would think so. Good or bad? I mean, I would want...
Good.
You know. I'd want it. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
That's a great jacket, by the way.
Thanks, I just got it. I just got it from a little boutique in Brooklyn on clearance, because it's really a spring jacket, and I'm buying it in the fall.
Smart idea.
And boy, was it on clearance.
Good for you.
I mean, I really got a deal, you guys.
I know. I need to go out and get a new winter coat, but I'm like, it's winter.
I know.
They're going to get me.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. Then I thought to myself, I'll go out when I'm away from New York and get something a lot cheaper. I had no time on the road.
Yeah.
No fucking time.
The road is fucking hard.
Tenacious D stole that idea from me years before I had it.
It's also very fucking tough.
It is.
Hey, Steve in New Jersey. Hey, Steve.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Steve, what's going on?
Well, I just wanted to say, I don't know if anything's different today, but the show sounds great. The production, things sound so
Steve,
much
I tried to get in touch with you to have you come in and fill in for Chris.
Really? That's terrible.
Damn,
wow.
Steve.
I'm sorry.
Then
listen, one other thing I wanted to point out, though, is that before Vito was even born, Earl was at WNEW for many years already, hanging out with Dave Herman, partying, whatever they used to do. And Vito's still the guy doing the job? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a dynamic. What do you think the reason for that is, Earl?
Complete lack of trust.
Wait, how could he judge you?
Yeah.
When you started in 89, what year were you born?
92.
Okay.
Late 92.
He was fucking doing this for 3 years before you were born. And now you say I can't trust him with the phone and the guest. What will we do? Fucking forget to answer the guest?
Well, when the guest came in last week and Earl brought them in, the guest wandered around and then had to ask where to sit himself.
What guest was that?
That was Ben Bailey.
Dude, why don't you come in and go like this, Mr. Bailey?
I pointed to that chair.
No,
he walked directly to the one on the left.
No, he didn't, Earl. He walked around and he said, "Oh, where should I sit? Should I sit here because you're not stern? You don't project. I've seen you stand outside and greet guests, so I have to do that today. I'm sorry."
When you said you're not stern, I thought you meant Howard. Like, of course he's not stern.
Why would you put him to those standards? I mean, no, he's not stern, but he's been in radio a long time. That's 100% what I thought.
And by the way, I don't want anyone to be stern with our guests. That kind of stern.
Oh my God.
Look up the Jim and Stam Instagram, because I was just going by it, but it's too small for my fucking dead eyes to see. But it looks like they are setting up something. Now you click Instagram, you click it where it says. No, you go down, just point your pointer there, where it says Jim Norton and Sam Roberts Instagram. There you go, Earl. And now click onto the band thing, the band. It looks like they're setting up, click it and punch it, yeah. Of the worst bands of all time.
Ooh.
So, Earl, I can't read from here.
Yeah.
Give us the first ones.
The first bracket was the number 1 seed was Maroon 5.
Okay.
Number 32 seed against Kid Rock and Maroon.
Why would Kid Rock be so low in the worst?
Yeah.
And Maroon 5 advanced. And they're going to be taking on 311, who beat the Goo Goo Dolls.
So it was 311 versus the Goo Goo Dolls.
And
I'm not sure.
No, 311 versus Maroon 5.
Yeah, that's the next
They
bracket.
already
Yeah.
By beat, it means lost to.
Yeah.
Right.
Goo Goo
Right.
Dolls
So
lost to
Give us
311.
the next one.
And that right now it's round 1, and then they're going to have
We understand. It's
Just
like a
the next
64.
two.
9 seed is going to be Sugar Ray versus the Smiths.
Unreal.
Well, those guys.
I mean, come on, guys.
What do we got next?
And then you're going to have Jimmy Buffett versus U2, which I'm like not happy about. Grateful Dead versus Kiss. Stained versus Radiohead. Dave Matthews
versus Radiohead.
Dave Matthews Band versus Three Doors Down. Imagine Dragons versus Aerosmith.
Yeah. Some of these should be in the greatest bands of all time.
All right.
And then,
Let's go to the
and then
next
the flip side, other side is Nickelback versus Limp Bizkit. Puddle of Mud versus the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Creed versus Pitbull. Fall Out Boy versus Billy Joel. Ringo Starr versus Smash Mouth. Incubus versus Good Charlotte. Hootie and the Blowfish versus Train. And Matchbox 20 going up against Elton John.
Well, this is all playing out.
Yeah,
I guess this is a new version of Jocktober.
I mean, there's a couple on there that like maybe shouldn't be on this list. There's a couple very interesting matchups that I'm excited to find
Or
out.
matchboxes. Hey, they might be interested to know that Billy Joel has his own channel.
Yes.
And unlike the other celebrities, he records drops. And you would be surprised. A lot of his songs he admits he hasn't put a lot of thought into.
That's hilarious.
I heard this when I was driving out to PA. So the song Honesty, you know that Honesty?
Yep.
He goes like this. This song is the biggest lie in the world. I'm singing about honesty like it's important to me. I'm basically a dishonest guy myself. I've lied a lot.
Oh my God.
But he goes, a lot of times when you're putting together a song, okay, out on Long Island, you'll use nonsense words until you get your real phrase later, and then you put it in. And I was using the phrase sodomy. So I'm singing sodomy over and over, but you can't put that out. It's not going to get on the radio.
Oh.
So, I replaced it with honesty as if I cared about honesty.
It sounds like he cares more about sodomy.
I've cheated on every wife I've ever had. I showed up drunk to AA meetings. I'm doing coke right now. I'm doing a coke and heroin mixture.
Are you sure you want to put this drop for your song? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the bracket. I'm probably now. Are they doing certain eras of bands like an
First of all,
Aerosmith?
how the hell do I know?
Like,
Earl?
yeah, I'm just saying, no,
I
I'm just,
don't know.
like if they're saying like Aerosmith is like the worst band ever. I'm like,
Am I
listen
Jim
to those
and
first
or Sam?
5 albums.
Well, see, here's the thing. You are more than welcome to drop in to Jim and Sam. They love you. But I can't get you to drop by anybody's fucking channel ever.
Yeah, it's just I would love to, but it's just the scheduling is always a little crazy.
But you don't have a crazy schedule. You have your mornings off.
Oh, but
You know what show I'm going to do this week?
Which one?
Jim Kerr.
Wow.
So it's exciting to you,
Yeah,
right?
no, it's like I'm like I'm amazed he's got to be 50 years in now.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
No,
I'm
I'm
fucking-
saying that as a good
Be
thing.
50 years old.
No,
He's
50
got to be
years
at
in.
least 50 years old.
No, I'm like I say that with great admiration.
It seems like it, not at all.
Hey, Andre in New York.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Andre, thanks for calling the Billy Joel. And you can call in and leave something here. Go ahead.
Is Earl stealing Fez's bit? He doesn't have any confidence. He's locking up on the air. He can't have a conversation. He's messing up. He's giving himself a D. Where's your confidence, Earl?
The confidence is it's shaky. I'll admit that.
Why?
But, that's the $1 million question.
Earl,
You should be a confident guy. You really should be.
Earl, think about my song Honesty, okay? You know the song Just the Way You Are?
Yes.
It's a #1 hit. I originally wrote it as diarrhea, okay? Diarrhea in my pants. You know, same melody, same exact melody, but I sang it as diarrhea in my pants. I knew that wasn't going to work. So I came back with Just the Way You Are.
Listen to your friend Billy Joel. He's got a point.
Everyone in my band I was friends with, and then I had my manager fire them one at a time. You know why? To save money. That's what I needed to do. Liberty DeVito, you're out. It's so much fun listening to that channel.
Oh my God, that's so funny, man.
Most of his great songs, he just gets on and goes like this. I'm a big Steve Winwood fan, so I thought, what can I do to sound like Steve Winwood? And he basically,
That's amazing.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he'll do that with everybody.
He's a fan of music.
I thought it would be great to write a Leon Russell song.
So, Earl, you can apply that to your own situation there.
By the way, I say the Jim Kerr thing. He's like, whoa, like
No,
I didn't know whether he admired or thought like I couldn't be in with Jim Kerr and he could.
What do you?
that was no. I'm
What
just
was your
like
reaction?
no. I'm
Where's your
that
confidence?
came
Earl?
out.
You
It had to
need
come
to-
out bad, but it
It came out terrible.
It came out terrible, and but I'm like, this is fantastic.
Here's why you should have confidence.
It's quacktastic, girl.
You have all the experience in the world. You're a handsome guy. You are personable.
Women ghost him.
Yeah, but that's like one woman. Like you can't let that get in your and music encyclopedia. I wish I had your memory recall the way you can just
Earl, why don't you
why
listen
wouldn't
to
you feel
my
confident?
Why don't you listen to my song Big Shots? I wrote that out on Long Island. Oddly, after I took a big shit.
No.
I guess I'll take a big shit right here. Gonna do shit right down my leg. I gotta take a big shit. Big shit. Later, the record company said to me, they go, we can't put this out. American radio's not going to play this song. So here it is, the original demo, Big Shit.
You're gonna play it? This is gonna ruin you.
My song, Captain Jack, was originally called Jack Me Off.
A lot of these are very dirty.
Very dirty. I told you, I've lived a horrible life up to now.
I don't think this is an XL channel.
Listen to Channel 30, the Billy Joel channel. It's so fucking good. He doesn't bullshit about it. He lays it all out there.
You gotta respect that. See, you have respect for somebody who lays it out there.
Yeah. And that's what you're not doing.
Put it out
Just
there.
lay it all out there.
Yeah.
Get it out. What are you leaving in?
It's mainly, I don't know. It's just
Why would you take shit from Vito? You fear Vito?
I don't fear Vito.
But why wouldn't you say, who the fuck are you telling me I can't get a guest or I can't answer the phone?
Like pre-show, when Vito sat there and said, here's how we're going to run things. Did you go, are you kidding me?
You fucking gonna tell me how to run things? I tell you how to run things.
Listen to me, little boy. I'm going to tell you, I have all the experience in the world. Why didn't you say that to him?
Mainly because Vito has high rank, and I'm being a pro. And
no. This isn't the fucking Marine Corps.
Yeah.
I was like,
if you give up power, that's where it goes, Earl. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not actually a warden.
Gee, that's a bit he's playing. Don't you see the way the badge spins around? This does make me feel good about you being stern, though. You know what I mean? Because you got this fucking guy shaking in his boots.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he must have saw you being so intimidating to all this children play equipment.
Earl, I used to end every one of my concerts with "Don't take any shit off anybody." You know?
this is true. That ended every show.
You know, one of my biggest songs I originally wrote is "Penis Man." Suck on my nuts, I'm the penis man. Don't you forget my butt. Stand up to this son of a bitch.
Listen to Billy Joel. He has good advice.
What would you like to say to him if you had the courage?
I mean, I have the courage. I'm just trying to, trying to respect the position, but at the same time, I'm going to be like,
I'm going to be honest. You don't need to respect him. It's just not necessary. We are not that formal.
You seen how I talk to Chris?
I know.
Yeah.
He treats Chris like a bitch.
He does. Earl, I wrote a song many, many years ago that just climbed the charts. It was called "Only the Blacks Die Young." And that's something for you to think about.
That's weird, right?
Only the blacks die young.
So you're trying to be woke, Billy?
What do you mean by that?
Billy was trying to be socially conscious?
What part?
Only the blacks die young?
Yes.
It's a political statement?
Oh, God. Oh, God, Earl.
I mean, he already said he didn't think that much about his lyrics.
Doesn't have to. Looks like you're putting a little makeup on for a guest, huh?
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm just so used to being on set.
Oh,
somebody
God, it's so annoying now. I don't work visually. So you're mad about their thing, Earl, or you think some of these bands don't belong there?
Oh, there's a ton of bands that don't belong there. I wouldn't put Elton on there. I wouldn't put Aerosmith on there. Definitely wouldn't put Radiohead on there.
Can we just say we wouldn't put the Smiths on there? Can you throw that in there?
I would say I'm not a big Smiths fan, but
Nobody
people love
on
that
this
band.
show but me. Nobody likes them but me. You know that? Chris hates them.
Well,
Ron doesn't like.
It's not that I don't like, I just despise.
And I'm going to go with Vito doesn't know them.
No.
I know one song by them.
Is it good?
The only music that Vito likes is an organ and a dancing monkey with it.
Not following Robert.
Sorry about that. This phone goes off. This phone goes off.
Who would you pick in the Creed Pitbull matchup?
I will be honest, I know nothing about Pitbull, so I would pick Pitbull.
Pitbull as the winner, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would go Pitbull.
Yeah.
At least the songs are fun. They're energetic.
He has a channel here too.
I'd definitely pick Pitbull then.
Pitbull was one of my favorite people over the years.
I didn't know this, Billy.
Yeah, gotta let the dogs out. I think he did that. You know, it's like this is what he'll do too. And he'll go, there used to be a song that they would do back in the day. They'll go like this, a cha cha cha, pop pop a domp. He never remembers the words to the song. Gail was straightening up the room. She's all excited about our guest.
Just saying, I just think it should be like a little tidier.
You know, Earl's not going to do it. We already heard that from Vito. He doesn't really take care of the guest. Queen Elizabeth said that if you hired Juju tomorrow, Earl would defer to her judgment immediately. I understand.
Madam?
Then I'll go out and get the rattle and baba for Madame.
Oh my God. She's definitely right, I think, on that one. So maybe for you then, Earl, it was just a comfortable thing. He said he would do it, and like you were comfortable with his decision. You weren't uncomfortable until we.
But you got uncomfortable in here, and Vito's been cringing all day with your work. What would you give Vito's work today without Chris being here?
I would give Earl's work a D+.
If he goes back to Chris with that, Chris is going to freak the fuck out.
I know.
What would you give yourself today, Earl?
Up until the opening of the sequence, I would have said like a C.
I meant during the show, not before we got here.
No, I mean like before we came back from break, I would have said a C.
But it also started the show without the mics being on too.
No, that was all Vito. That was Vito's.
Oh,
no,
shit!
Earl, you forgot to put the mics on twice today.
I mean, normally Chris does put them on. I only know because I've had to.
And the reason that the music was an issue was because I didn't trust Earl to do the intro, so I did the intro myself today, and then went to get a phone call and did not pull the music down because I was doing 3 things at once. Well, how many things were you doing, Earl?
Well, maybe if you trusted me and actually let me do my job, and even if I fail, you can say, hey, I trusted him and I failed, then that's an issue. But everyone wants to dump things on me and say, well, he can't do it because we didn't trust them. So I can't win either way.
If you call responsibilities stuff getting dumped on you, then I don't think I want to give you anything.
No, I'm saying either way, I'm going to get dumped on. So...
you're angrier than you let on. You acted like you weren't mad, but you really are at the end of the day.
No, but he's throwing all this stuff at me like, I didn't do this, he didn't do that.
Mad. It's okay to be mad.
Passion.
Yeah.
And you lie a lot, dude.
I don't lie a lot.
You do lie.
Earl, you constantly fuck something up, and then when you get called out on it, you
How many times did I said, when this happened, what did I say? What exactly did I say? I said, it was my fault.
What?
I exactly said. I said, yes, that was my fault. So I'm a liar. Now I'm a liar.
What are you addressing right now?
We had to screw up. I said, yes, that was my fault.
What screw up are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
When you're talking about the mics, I was like, you know what? I screwed up because I'm not familiar with the board.
You just
I
blamed
said
me.
it. I did not blame you.
Ronnie Gail said you started the show without the mics on. And
Dude,
then you
leave
pointed
us
at
out
me.
of it, okay? He's getting
between
furious.
you guys, okay?
I love it when you get mad, though, Earl.
Oh my, it's really great.
Because you straightened his shit out, didn't you?
Yeah.
And he's got nothing to say now, does he?
He is.
No, you didn't straighten my... No, exactly what I said. I said it was my fault, but I'm a liar.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I said it was my fault.
You were asked.
When the mics weren't on, I said it was my fault. I said this.
Then why a minute ago when you were asked about the mics?
I said
you
I'm not
Vito's
familiar
fault.
with the board.
Yeah,
I
it's
said
unclear to
this.
me. I need it clarified.
You got to stop hitting stuff. It seems like you're being aggressive, Earl.
Don't slap the mic off.
All right, you remember the controversy about the all right, let's try to guess who said this. 1 year later, and Earl still blames everyone else. Let's try to guess who said that. Does that make you mad, Earl?
The first thing I said was, it's my fault. I
Earl.
said this.
Earl, you can't throw stuff, right? And you can't walk out because
I'm not walking out. I'm just very upset that I'm saying things and I'm not being heard.
We understand that, but you can't throw headphones, right?
Yeah. We got a skeleton crew today.
Yes, I'm sorry. That was my fault.
Okay, hold on.
And
So the text, 1 year later, and Earl still blames everyone else, came from who?
What would you think?
Take a guess.
Fez?
No. That was a good guess, though.
Yeah.
Now the next
That
one.
was a good guess.
Don Wiki Wicklin.
Wow, good guess.
It's the vice president of the company, and you threw the headphones. Luckily, they were still stuck in because they were heading towards me, but they got yanked back down on the floor.
I know, that was like when somebody does a yo-yo trick at your face.
Yeah, I know. It was a fun yo-yo trick.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Did you throw them because you did think that it was Fez, and now that you know it's Don, it changes things?
I'm just upset that I'm being called a liar. I'm constantly called a liar, and I'm always saying, and I'm always owning up to stuff, and I'm still being called a liar, and I'm explaining what happened, and it was my fault, but I'm still a liar. So I'm just a liar now.
But are you surprised that Don Wicklin would write that after knowing you for this many years?
I have no idea why you would say that, and again, I'm a liar. Just write liar on my forehead now. Everything I say is a liar.
I would never do that.
I'm not going to do that.
I don't think that that's a safe work environment.
Talking about being woke.
It just wouldn't happen.
And this is why 9 times out of 10 I don't say anything, because everything out of my mouth gets either misunderstood or it's a lie.
Earl, you were directly asked.
Earl, first of all, you know we're not your girlfriend.
Earl, you were directly asked about the mics, and then you took
I first said it was my fault.
Earl, you didn't know. You blame me. You blame me, and that's where this all started, dude.
No, the mic. No, the whole mic. The thing with the mics, you had the thing too hot. That's why I was trying to.
Now you're making up what?
You said that.
This is gonna be good.
It doesn't matter who made it up and who didn't. You know, without Chris, if Chris was here, he'd be able to settle this and calm it down.
He has a way with him. You know what I mean? He's like an
Earl
Earl whisperer.
We went for the same joke. Stop it, Earl. I'll try it. Stop it, Earl. You're acting crazy and violent. You all right now?
Do you ever go to like a anger management? Someone who would like help you just when you get stressed or?
I'm trying really hard, and I go out of my way not to get angry.
I know, but they could help you.
Yeah, but then you threw the things at me. If I had ever had a taser, I'd have definitely lit you up with it. I mean, I think this is what happens a lot when cops pull over people. You know what I mean? And they act like that. It became. I didn't quite catch that. You heard me. I said about cops.
Sorry, nobody was talking to you. Why are you always listening?
Can we cover this up before Chris gets back? Because he doesn't like this environment.
Oh, no. He runs a tight ship. He really does.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Earl, you were just screaming and throwing stuff when...
but it takes me... It takes me a while to get there because I try to explain and I try to explain and I try to explain. And then it only gets to the point where I have to start yelling and screaming to even get there.
That's not a good work environment.
I'm not saying it's a good work environment, but if you keep constantly explaining and then keep throwing it back in your face that you're a bull-faced liar.
You can't punch drunk love every time you get
you
upset.
are punch drunk love. That's true. You'll have that thing. And quite frankly, Vito thinks that you weren't even telling the truth.
Yeah.
You said you were lying.
That was a shock to me.
I know.
I didn't realize.
I mean, you've been accused of a lot of things over the years. Rape. Groping, obviously.
Right.
But the violence thing, I'm surprised to see.
I'm not a violent person. Not at all.
You're the only person here who throws stuff. The only one. And you threw because the vice president offered a little advice.
That's what the vice is for. It's
right.
Head vice president.
Yeah, it is. When I say vice president, I don't mean Pence. Don't.
Sir, it's an honor to get notes from you.
But and quite frankly, they throw that title around pretty good here. The receptionist is the vice president.
I'd love to get that title. I'm going to talk to Don.
By the way, Earl, this time that was me lying. But I got to tell you something. You starting to get a little crazy in here.
Things getting a little cuckoo.
And suppose you would have hit Gail with that, and she has a shoot later this week.
I know.
A movie shoot. Does Vito drive you crazy? Between Vito and Chris, who disrespects you more?
No, they're the tag team. They're the disrespect brothers.
By the way, I just got this from
cool
from Fez Watley. Hey, why was I the first fucking guest?
That's a good point. And an assumption that it was him. That's what caused him to throw the headphones.
Right.
No, just being called a liar just makes
Well,
my
I mean,
blood
you
boil.
lie a little bit, and people are going to call you a liar.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Dude, you've lied before, and you just get caught, and then you just look down and you don't respond.
What do you mean I don't respond? What do you mean? How many times have I owned up to things?
Yeah, but
how many times?
You can own up to 100
How many
things.
times have I owned up to things?
But how many
all
times
the
do you
time?
lie? How many times?
All
do you
the
lie?
time.
Exactly. You lie
all the time. I own up. When I make a mistake, I own up to it.
How has Vito never been a little brother before?
I know.
There's no way that you don't have a sibling.
Very good at it.
Hey, Jay in Ohio wants to weigh in on this.
Good. Go ahead, Jay.
Earl, I'm sorry, I keep getting names mixed up. Dude, you just got to stand your ground. Just stand your ground. That's the easiest thing to do. Just stand your ground. Don't apologize. Just go on about your day.
That's a piece of advice. What do you think?
Sometimes easier said than done.
I'm surprised you're not calm. You got in here at like 11:30 today.
You got in 11:30?
Early. Then
Yeah, Vito, because I'm up all night. You know why?
smoking weed, drinking wine, having a good time.
Yeah. I mean, you know, those two early birds are here. I mean, that's just them. That's how they fly.
There was a song that came out in the early 60s called Duke of Earl. And
really
the
applies.
whole thing was about this guy who wanted everybody to know that he was the Duke of Earl. Song went Duke, bop, 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 bop.
Do you not know the song?
And that's why I wrote the song Innocent Man. It was about Earl Douglas, and I believe everyone said that he was a liar, but he wasn't.
Hey, Mike in upstate uprise. Mike.
Love you guys. Long-time listener. Honestly, you're picking on Earl too much. You gotta cool it. It's not good radio. Before you cut me off, just to make us all smile, and because Earl does it the best, give me a little Seinfeld, huh?
Mike, this isn't some fucking request show, and I'm going to cut you off now and let you know that what you just said doesn't matter to any of us. Not even slightly. And Earl, don't you believe him. You going crazy is great fucking radio. My stomach hurts from enjoying you fighting with Vito.
It's
the best.
Yeah. And that should make
It's
you
the
feel
best.
confident, by the way. Don't you realize that?
You do it so well. You stand your ground. You slug it out. He's laughing when you're mad at him. You know why?
Why?
It's the spirit you have.
Yeah.
You know,
You have an intensity about you that is entertaining.
makes my blood pressure rise.
Oh, who cares?
Eat some beans and bring it down.
He brings up about what you eat for lunch. Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Because now he's thin, he's brave now.
Yeah. What's that?
He's thin now he's brave.
Oh, yeah, he's behind the glass right over there. He's not good.
Sexy son of a
he's
bitch.
gonna
You're going
talk
to have to
his
work
shit.
on your cuts, by the way.
Yeah, I know. You're thin and attractive.
We could work on that a little.
There's a song called Ballad of Billy the Kid. I got everything wrong in it. He wasn't hung, he was shot. I rang that he was hung. And then I said east and west of the Rio Grande, and the Rio Grande runs east and west. I didn't know what I was talking about. Never understood geography of the English language. But I'm still a fan of the song. It's very traditional. I got it from listening and watching old cowboy movies. Earl, you disgusted by this thing that Jim and Sam set up?
The list is
What's the one that upsets you the most? What's the
U2.
one? U2. is the one.
far away. You too. It's
You know who told me that they
Did he say
despise
farting
you two?
away?
Yeah, he said farting away. The bonfire doesn't like you two.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think either one
like-
of them. Dan especially, and I'm not even sure about Big J.
Yeah, but that is, I can't even understand that because you can name like you can pick.
It's
an album.
become a thing with the younger people to act like there's something wrong with Bono. I think it's because he tried to help poor people. I think the second he tried to help Africans, people are like, shut up and play the music. And then they got to shut up and
Right.
don't play the music.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, they hate when someone has a cause.
Yeah, they don't want anybody to to have a cause.
Yeah,
You know?
they hate it. Hey, Jack in Florida.
Hey guys, I think that he's definitely raised his grade to a C+ by filling in for Chris today.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jack.
And also, I think that he handed Vito his ass.
Yeah.
I think you
He called him
found.
thin.
Oh my God! Not Sam Cosby guilty. Wrote. Look at this picture of what Vito looked like before he lost the weight when he was.
Holy shit!
The Wrestling
It's
Brothers.
so hard to remember him like that. It's so hard.
Vito, this is. Oh my God! You were bigger than Chris.
Yeah, I was significantly bigger than Chris. That's why it hurts so much when Earl just called me Finn.
Yeah, I know.
You'll put it back on, fat boy.
Oh shit! That came out of nowhere. I wasn't even expecting that, Earl.
Yeah, Earl, as long as I don't follow your diet of drowning a salad in Caesar dressing every day and eating 5 bags of potato chips.
Well, you look at you, Captain Pretentious Diet. Oh, I watch my
I'm a
calories.
captain now,
I know,
huh?
and I run every day. And just rotten hell.
So really, that
Captain Pretentious Diet.
you hate when he talks about his training and his diet.
I did 12 miles today. Who gives a shit?
I never ran
Not
12
you.
miles.
You can run 12 miles, dude.
Hold on, Earl, I gotta get phone
On the bike.
These cuts are getting more and more
Earl, I gotta
complimentary.
get phone calls because I couldn't trust you to do this. I'll be right back.
People are. I think they're coming to your side, Earl.
Yeah, I think so too. They said your grade should be raised.
Yeah. Everybody but upstate Mike likes when you get going like this.
Yeah. It upsets him. He's triggered.
What?
I said triggered.
Oh, thank God. Easy, Earl. Stand down. Stand down.
Hey, Bobby in Charlotte.
What's up, Bennington?
Hey.
And Vito is struggling on the phones, by the way. He answers the phone call and just never even picks up the phone.
Well,
anyway,
that's-
I called because of you two. I think the reason that Travis put him on there is because they put the record on everybody's phone, and I think that was one big reason that they
I
got
mean,
on
it's
that
ridiculous. It has nothing to do
That's
with
why everyone-
everything else that
Yeah.
they've done in their whole life. We did that U2 thing up in Harlem at the Apollo. They opened with 3 songs off their first album, and it was amazing. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot these guys are giant rock stars.
Yeah.
Rough day. Rough day. And maybe now we all learn that maybe Chris Stanley isn't a pile of horse shit.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
maybe tomorrow is Chris Stanley Appreciation Day.
I
From
wouldn't
you
mind.
guys, at least.
What could you guys get for him that makes him feel good about himself? What's something that he likes?
He likes Jewel Pods a lot, and I know those are getting harder and harder to come by.
I don't want something to be that unhealthy for him, though.
Well, let's get him one of the dangerous ones. One of those bootleg Chinese ones. What else does he like?
Bloomin' onions.
He likes a bloomin' onion, but
does.
we got that for his birthday.
Yeah.
He likes Chipotle. He goes there. He likes tuna. He hasn't had a tuna
But that's
sandwich.
because it's in his price range.
And it's also right downstairs.
He hasn't had a tuna melt in a while. So maybe
He does love a
All
tuna
right,
melt.
what about this? What about a little bit of whiskey? We won't overdo because we know that he'll start and drink himself till
Yeah,
he's
get
dead.
a little guy.
But we get him a little thing of whiskey and a nice tuna melt.
Okay.
I don't even know where to get a tuna melt in this fucking neighborhood right now.
He likes Toasties, but I'll look and see if there's like.
You're so gross.
Yeah,
I'll
get him
see
a
if
nice
there's like
one.
a nicer one.
There's a
Maybe-
nicer diner than that. That's not too far.
Go there.
I'm sure they could be more trusted.
Or maybe Oceana downstairs. Maybe they have a tuna
I
melt.
doubt they
They're
have
not
a
gonna
tuna.
have a fucking tuna melt at
The
a place
world's
called-
most expensive tuna
Well, it
melt.
says tuna. It says tuna right on it. So yeah, let's get him that tomorrow. Or I'm gonna take out a 50. If I find out you're fucking peeling some of this back, I'm gonna go crazy. And then Earl, tomorrow, I want you in that room and away from the mic. As a way of appreciation. You won't have the pressure that you had on you today.
It wasn't a matter of feeling the pressure. It's just I just don't like being called a liar.
But then you shouldn't have lied.
But then you were also making noises and you were
I'm sorry, I can't help.
But
The
we
sinus
can
thing
help-
is
we
I
can
can't
help you
stop.
by not putting you in the grown-up room.
No matter of that, I'm just again. I can't. I got to figure this out. What's going on with this sinus condition? It's just
Right.
it just is.
But you were shaking your hands because of the sinus condition?
I
mean, first of all, we've been here all day and the sinuses haven't come up and now you're sniffling.
Sounds like another excuse and lie, Ron.
You want to look up my nose? You want to look up and see my mucus-filled nose, okay?
That's not where I thought that was going. Wow. I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Vito,
do you want to?
Do you want to look up my nose and see the mucus-filled nose?
Do you want to look up his nose?
I don't think it's going to solve anything.
Thank you.
I'll look up your nose. Thank you for what? You didn't prove anything.
Well, come in here and look at it then. Come here.
I can't leave the board, dude.
How are you going to look up his nose then?
Can I tell you what? I'll look up it, Earl. Let me see. Lean your head back.
And then you can report to Vito.
I got to tell you the truth. That thing's as clean as your underwear, Vito. There is no mucus in there. And I went up pretty high.
Yeah, I was surprised at how seriously you took that job.
Do we keep this from Chris?
Do you think we tell him everything went great? And this way he's really hurt and sad? Because that's actually his worst fear, is if everything goes perfect.
I know. That would be fun to tell him that. So, Earl, you want to do that? I mean, teach us how to lie. How do we tell him?
No, I'm not going to lie. I'm not.
Earl, we got to. To hurt him, we have to lie. If we tell the truth, we're going to make Chris happy.
We don't really want to do that. Tuna and whiskey is one thing, but actual joy and satisfaction, I don't want him to have that.
I'd rather give him the tuna mint whiskey and say, this is because you're a loser that we don't need.
Maybe he'll
How
look
do
up
you
your
do
nose.
it, Earl? How do you lie right to someone's face?
Don't lie.
I've never been able to do it.
Vito says that you do it all the time, though.
Constantly. Like right now, saying you have a mucus-filled nose, and then Ron looks up your nose, and it's empty.
Hold on, he's got to blow his nose. First time today.
No, I was going to look and see if I had any.
No, nobody's going to look at your. This is not tissue. You prop.
You just proved my point.
So, what does he do that makes him able to pull it off so well, Vito?
I don't know. I guess he just believes his lies so much that it's truths to him.
That's interesting. You have to believe
Brilliant.
it. Yeah. Like an actor. That's acting, really.
I didn't know that. That's acting.
You have to believe it.
Like, I would love to pull the part of the show. I'm going to pull, you know what? Tomorrow I will have you the part of the show where Earl blamed me for the microphones and then minutes later said he never did that, which would be.
What do you mean? What part? What part? When you
Earl,
said in the
part I
beginning,
just
you
clearly
admitted
said.
in the beginning that you went to the phones and forgot to pull the fader down. Did you or did you not say that?
Earl, did you blame me for a microphone issue that we've been talking about for the last 30 minutes? I'm glad you just remembered something.
Just say that. Did you not say that?
Did I just say what?
Did you or did you not say at the beginning of the show, after the intro, you forgot to pull the music down?
Earl, and as an honest person, I'll tell you, I did.
Yes.
I did say that. I did.
And that was what I was referring to.
But it wasn't.
Period.
You blame me for the microphone issues, Earl.
A lot of this just seems like a miscommunication between the two.
Because see, the thing is, and this is something I admire, is passive aggressiveness. And when Earl poured all the water over me as we were waiting
did not mean that.
Even if you did, Earl, it's fucking great. It means you won. You know what I mean? It's basically like you keyed my car or poisoned my dog. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. It's similar to that.
Because
that was really funny, especially because I had been like bustling around trying to make things just so. I was like a little nervous Nelly over here.
I didn't know that you liked Edward Norton so much. Would you like to marry him and live the rest of your life with him?
Look, I had a nice time. I'd like to see where things go between he and I.
Let me see what that looks like to Earl. Not your mucus, the fucking pick, you lunatic.
Oh my God, he started to open his tissue to Ron.
Pick.
The photograph.
Not your empty tissue.
Oh my God. Seriously though, Vito, do you want to look up his nose?
I'll look up his nose later. I'll put my finger in it.
Look how tall he is.
He is tall. Very tall.
Earl, what would you like to say to Vito as we're wrapping this up? Would there be apology towards Vito?
Apologize for what? I mean, I've owned up to I've owned up to things, and I'm saying I've owned up to it, and yet I'm being a liar.
Are you being a liar?
No, I've owned up
then
to
you
it.
just said though. I
I
believe
said
you.
I've owned up to it, and yet I'm still a liar. So, I mean, which is 9 times out of 10 why in life I don't say anything because everyone's somehow it always gets misconstrued. It always gets misinterpreted. So I'm like, I'd rather say nothing.
You're silent 90% of the time?
As much as I can be.
You need to talk more and just tell the truth. You can tell the truth.
I do tell the truth.
You can talk 90% of the time if you tell the truth. That's where you would respond. I guess this is the 90.
No, I'm just not saying anything anymore. I'm really not because I'm trying to have my head explode.
Don't nuke the voice.
Your phone shut down, Earl. Well, I love you, Earl.
Yeah.
I just wish you would go back to telling the truth. Nothing's wrong with your sinuses.
I never would have ever thought that I never assumed that you would lie. I didn't think that about you, but it is what I've heard today.
Yeah. I heard you like a George Washington.
I don't even think that was true, to be honest.
The important thing is that we lie to Chris tomorrow and tell him that today was the best show we ever had.
Yeah. And that everything on a production end was smooth sailing the whole time.
How do we, can we destroy this show so he can't hear it?
Yeah.
I don't want him to find out about the 88 fuck-ups.
No, I definitely don't.
Because I'm going to start and feel like...
He's going to hear the opening and know how the rest of it goes.
Right.
When I'm on my 3rd time and I'm just like, is this one on or no? I think I opened the show laughing because I wasn't sure what was happening.
Well, we got to wrap this one up today.
We do. But the important thing is Chris will be back tomorrow and everything will be smooth.
If Chris doesn't come out tomorrow, me and Gail are taking off.
Oh my God, definitely. I can't handle it. And this was a special day for us. You kicked off the Creeps with Kids tour.
Yeah, I really didn't get much chance to talk about it. I didn't say it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
I'll go into a little more detail today.
I'd like to hear it. And thank you for giving my time.
I want Edward Norton to have his time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he and I have so much in common.
Yeah. You know what I would love to say? Edward Norton, this is Jim Norton.
I would love it. At least 5 times before he came in, I was talking to Vito. And I'd be like, when Norton comes in. I mean, Edward Norton. I was like, I can't really use the just last name.
He doesn't want to be called just last name or just first name.
Oh, yes. Certainly not.
He said Phil Hoffman.
Yeah. I know. Interesting.
Yeah. Did you pick up on that,
Yeah,
Phil?
I noticed that.
I think it was his way of putting people down.
Yeah.
Because he said to me, hey, Juan.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I go, well, you've been gone a long time, Edward Norton. It's not Juan anymore, okay? My name now is Edward Norton. Norton! Maybe that's why he doesn't want anybody just calling him
Could
Norton.
be.
And then he also called me Soggy Britches because Earl poured that stuff on.
I mean, this whole console was covered in water. That was terrifying for a minute there.
All right, we got to wrap this one up. What kind of time we got left here, Earl?
We have 1 minute left.
1 minute left. Well, I could either spend the entire minute doing what I call Bad Billy Joel.
Okay. Yes.
Or Bad Edward Norton.
Oh, fuck.
Did you enjoy talking with him?
I did enjoy talking with him. I did.
Me too.
But my vote is Billy Joel. And for that reason,
I
I'm
wrote
Billy
this
Joel.
song about my life. And it was odd because the original lyrics were Dick Trip. And it was this, I don't care anymore, I got Dick Trip. Bump, blip, beep, beep, beep. Go and drip from your own deck and leave me alone. And then I'm like, I got the melody down, but that's not the correct lyrics, you know? After that, I tried to come back with Ass Cancer, but there'd already been a song circle that. And that's the backstory to my life. That's it for us, guys. See you guys in here tomorrow.
Peace.